Hey guys, welcome back. I'm Jason Salyer, and this is, we're standing on our newly acquired property. And what I plan on doing over here is having, I don't want to call it classes, but I want to call it experiences. So hopefully you guys watching, some of you will be interested in coming hanging out with me on occasion. But as soon as I get this ready, I will be sure to let you know. But in the meantime, what I'm going to be doing is just kind of getting this land over here. There's nothing over here. There's nothing built, no structures of any kind. And when we're having these experiences, it'd be nice on rainy days to have some sort of shelter. And I'm just going to build a really, really simple pole barn using pretty much all kind of scrap materials. I'm trying not to spend too much money on it. I'll take you along for the ride. Maybe you'll learn something. I'll probably learn something in the process. And it'll be great. All right, so I'm going to put concrete pads down, just concrete footers, I guess you'd call them. A lot of people just dig holes and put their posts in the ground and pour concrete around it. But I think that, because I've had to replace a lot of those kind of posts because they're sitting in the ground, and especially if you pour concrete around the post, it causes the moisture to sit on the post and it just rots it. So I think it's better, in my opinion, to keep the wood above the ground if possible. So I'm gonna pour some concrete, not a lot. Just got some 60-pound bags of concrete here. I'm going to pour a small little slab, and then my post is going to sit right on top of those. It'll never sink. It'll never go anywhere. It'll be really solid, and it'll last a really long time. This is my bush cat, Scruffs. She's crazy, but kind of cool. I like keeping all of these supplies and materials on hand because it just comes in handy when you want to build something, some sort of project comes up and you don't want to have to go spend the money, take the time to go get the materials. But it is annoying to have a bunch of crap piled up around, and it's hard to keep it organized. So when you need something, you got to dig through the pile and find what you need. I know it's just that constant battle of the minimalist and the prepper, right? You want all the stuff, but the minimalist in me is always trying to get rid of all the stuff because I get overwhelmed by piles of junk. So this is my good buddy from California.
What up, y'all? Did you catch the what up Cali part and the y'all southern part?
Bruh. I'm just saying, if you were to start to fall and wanted to hug a tree,
I don't like that one.
this one is not ideal.
I've gotten to know that already.
Hey, look at that.
Some pines about this thick and just throw them in. Hold this.
Close enough for now. 16 feet 6 inches. 16 feet 6 inches on the money. Square-ish.
How'd you do that?
Skilled.
Mastery.
Highly skilled.
Mastery.
I'm pretty much an expert.
I'm listening.
I'm kind of the best. I don't know.
I'm learning.
Now you know. The beauty of working with this stuff, like these kind of materials, is that you can do, it doesn't have to be 8 feet or 4 foot on anything. No 16-inch centers, none of that nonsense. You just kind of do whatever you want. I say we make this 8 feet.
Sounds like a
And
win.
that'll be like 9 to 10 feet on that corner over there high. All right, we stuck our laser up 8 feet-ish. Doesn't really matter. And our laser is beaming a beam of pure plasma over to this post. And we're gonna mark that, and then we're gonna subtract 1.25 inches because that's the height of our laser off of our little block of wood over there. So this is a primitive kind of pole barn using scrap materials. It doesn't have to be perfect. I could build this without a tape measure or a level and it would still serve its purpose, but my OCD requires that things are somewhat level and plumb and whatnot. And it also just makes it easier to build if you start with your measurements correct, if you start with things plumb and level, it makes all of the processes down the line, because if you start off crooked, the end result is really bad and it makes it just much more challenging. It'd be nice if I'd clean up my workspace every now and then. That'd be too easy. Bam! I don't think anyone's ever paid attention to the do not stand at or above this level on a ladder. You know anyone that's actually followed that rule?
Why would you?
That's stupid. Don't tell me how high I can go. So what I'm doing right now is I've got a mark. The laser shoots to the inside of our pole, but I really need a mark on the outside of the pole. So the trick that I do, there's probably another way to do this, a better way. I don't know. This is the way I do it. I wrap my tape measure around and I just kind of eyeball that to be level. And then I'll mark it on the bottom of my tape, so I know that my mark goes all the way around. It circumnavigates the pole, if you will. Another quick tip that's pretty useful that I found, especially when I'm working by myself, is to get yourself a helper. So if I've got to get this big heavy beam up here within close proximity, I usually put it just under that so I have room to level it. I'll put that right there. Like so, and then I could set my beam on top of this and it'll hold it for me while I work with the other side. Got it?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh,
watch the pole.
Don't do that.
Watch the pole. Okay. When you're putting these big beams up, they're going to be structural. They're going to be holding weight. This is what the rafters are going to sit on. You want to make sure that you put the crown up, and that's a little bit hard to see on camera, but you can kind of tell. So if we look down this line right here, that is pretty much perfectly straight. If we look down this line right here, we've got a little bit of a curve kind of going this direction, and that means that the crown is going to be here. This needs to go up, because if we were to put this side up, over time that'll get worse. That'll sag even more, and that will compromise the structure of our building. So we want to make sure that if anything, it's straight and straight, but if we've got any crown at all, we want to make sure that that crown is on top. Yep, that'll work. Okay. Yep. That mustache is looking so good from this angle, by the way.
Oh, buddy. It's my word curtain. Hey.
Oh, got it. It was a good call to go ahead and stain these while we got it down here on the sawhorses, because it'd be a pain in the neck to reach up above your head with this drippy mop of oil-based sealer running down your arm, having a great time. So glad we did this now, and this will make it last a lot longer, just putting a really heavy coat. This rough sawn lumber the good thing about the rough sawn lumber is it's like a sponge. It will soak in gallons of this sealer, which penetrates deep into the wood. And I am painting, we're sealing all 6 sides of every board, the end cuts. Every single exposed surface is going to get sealed. 110 3/4. We're going to cut 3 of them, 110 3/4. So I want you to put it on the inside corner. All right, I'm looking at 17 feet 6 8.5 inches because we use the imperial system and not the stupid metric system. Nothing good was ever built using the metric system.
Except BMWs.
It's all the, you know, ones and tens and hundreds. It just makes too much sense for me to like it. Yeah, I prefer lots of fractions that are complicated and difficult to deal with.
It makes it fun at the very least.
Right. What I think it's doing is challenging my math skills more and making me smarter. People that use a metric system are clearly not as smart. Approximately 8.5. So it's longer in this dimension. So we need to push on this corner to make it a little bit smaller and less diamond shaped. Does that do anything?
Yep.
Do it. Got it?
Yep.
17.8. All right. 17.8 is what we're looking for. 17.7.5. That's within tolerance. I'm calling it good. All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Make sure you leave a comment and tell me what you think about this structure. Tell me all the things that I'm doing wrong. That would be great because it helps the YouTube voodoo algorithms. Anyway, see you next time. We'll be finishing it up. We'll be adding some bracing in, concrete anchors and whatnot on the next one. We got a tree down in the driveway.